Hello guys, and welcome to our fourth video here from Riegensberg. Today we're taking a look at this temple, which I haven't named yet, but I will name in order to get this video out. So this building here is on the corner of Garland and Minster, and you can see that we've got our garland here in already. I think they look lovely. So this temple here is devoted to a new faith in this world of Tredegor. I haven't really explored it fully yet, but I wanted to kind of go in a different direction. I've been wanting to go in a different direction for a bit now. That's kind of why Castle Leslie doesn't have any kind of religious aspect to it. I just couldn't figure that out really. But now with these chisel tough blocks, I've been inspired to go for some sort of new religious building. This building is a little bit like a church, but it's not quite there. I think it stands out as being some sort of religious building without being explicitly tied to Catholicism. So I want to show you we're using a facade style like the other buildings in Riegensberg. Here we have a little covered entranceway, and I'll show you around the side of this place before we go in because I think it's really cool in there, but it's also a little bit dark, so I'm going to have to raise my brightness, I think. Coming around the side here, I've decided to go for a strong kind of almost like a lattice look. It's supposed to look like very structured, almost a little bit inspired by this, but with kind of planar walls. We can't do things like we cannot do our window shutters or really that many details, but I still might come in here and do a little bit like under these windows. It's a bit up in the air. On this corner, I like this here. This is a place where people have been cutting through to walk to get onto Guild Street. Coming around the back, we have this big old birch tree, and this is just on top of a little graveyard. I've been doing exclusively custom trees in Riegensberg, and I've been liking how they're turning out at the moment. Here we have a little like rusted gate, and this is supposed to be the old graveyard. Obviously, Riegensberg is a pretty big city, so the real graveyard is probably gonna be either on the other side of that lake there or just outside the city gates there, I think, because this side of the river is controlled by I don't think at this point it's controlled by Riegensberg, but that might change. Another detail I like is that there are all these skylight windows here, and it kind of mirrors Bruegel Hall on the other side. So let's get in here properly. Of course, we have our covered entrance here. We're using our grates in the floor to look like drains, and when we come inside, we see that there are 3 of these big statues. This building is pretty dark inside. Obviously, it's a bit brighter with shaders, and I'm going to brighten it a bit up in post. So I want to take you through it briefly. Here we have our little chandelier system. Our chandeliers are using light blocks. So I'll show you. I wanted to have a very minimalistic chandelier, and I haven't used light blocks in a while, so I figured I would do it here. Over here we have our little alms boxes, so collecting basically donations and stuff, especially for the poor. Got another grate in the floor here, and one detail I like about this place is that there are all these big drapes that can be used to close the blinds, to close the windows off. So I'll show you. This is Danu. This is the mother in this little pantheon. She represents other things as well, but she's primarily the mother of the gods. This one here is Ecne. She's the goddess of wisdom, sageness, and knowledge. And you can see that the titles of the gods are translated in English, French, Dutch, and German, just like the emergency sign was in Bruegel Hall. And then here we have Dagda, who is the father of the gods and represents the more magical side of things, typically like druids and stuff. So this is where I want to say that these gods are not 100%, but they are reflections of the ancient, or now not really used, Irish pantheon of gods. And I really like the in here we're using basically 3 different types of frog lights. So each of them has their own color. They're all glowing statues, and they all each have their own stone type. And I think it makes them really stand out without being taking up a lot of space, because I don't have a lot of space for statues in here really. I'll show you. This is more of a kind of ceremonial place, like you'd come and pay your respects or think about your gods. Over here, we can see that people are leaving money to Ecne. So it seems like people in Riegensberg value a lot their intelligence, their rationality, their wisdom and knowledge and all that stuff. There is going to be a university in Regensburg. There's also there's the Surgeons Guild, there's the hospital, there's all the factories and the newspapers and stuff. This is a very like highly educated place, and this is I'd say like knowledge and order are what they value a lot in Regensburg. So you can see that we're leaving all these piles of gold and stuff here. I'll show you upstairs, above that entranceway. We have here a little carpet. It's the same one as down there. I'm using a bit of glow lichen and raw gold to look like a carpet with kind of like Persian detailing on the sides. We have a couple of benches if you wanted to sit up here and think. And one detail I really like about this place is that there's a little toy here. So there's a little doll in the corner, and to me that implies that somebody's parents have come to pray for a while, and they're like 5 years old, 6 years old or something, and they're just up here playing with their doll waiting for their parents to leave, which I think is a pretty common like religious experience. And of course we have our big open windows here letting in some light. That's gonna do it for the temple today. One detail I do want to mention is that we have these two big doors here. I wanted to make one of them open, one of them closed. I think it just adds a little bit to the space. But yeah, that's about it for today. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like. If you want to keep up with what's happening in Regensburg, please subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.